Welcome back to part 2, guys, of the Outlook Report. Now I'm going to talk about next week's Monday Night Hell. It emanates from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be in show, kids. It's bound to be an excellent show. Grab your tickets while you still can. There's some reserve tickets left on Ticketmaster.com and other usual ticket outlets. The huge main event, you'll of course see a match that is pay-per-view worthy. The world title will be on the line. Tycoon Dex defends the title that he successfully kept at the pay-per-view against Donovan Vittori and against the Shadow Odin Snake. It's bound to be an excellent match. 3 guys who can really go in that ring, all on free TV. Who is getting spoiled? You are. But yeah, I also want to talk about a couple of the other matches that are on show. Teo Ferenz makes his in-ring debut against the new No Limits trophy holder Fear. That's bound to be an excellent match. I'm looking forward to see what Teo Ferenz can do in the ring. I've not heard a lot about this guy. We heard he came through the developmental ranks and he did cause that huge stir at the pay-per-view. He took out Lance Max and Glenn Greeny. But what he does next is anybody's guess. Hopefully we'll find out this upcoming week at not the pay-per-view. I want more pay-per-views. That was such a good one. But this Monday night on Hell, of course. Also this week, I'm running out of breath. Hold on, take a drink. Cheers. Now continuing on. Shock. This week goes on one-on-one with Bionic Beauty. It's bound to be an excellent match. Both guys have been fantastic this week in HCW. Shock came within a whisker of getting the #1 contendership at the pay-per-view. Of course, he lost. Bionic Beauty, she got a huge win over Roxanne Knox in the preview. Now she gets her go on real TV. I think a lot of people will be watching this match carefully to see how she does. And also, speaking of newcomers, a huge battle royal. 6 guys are going to be in it. We're going to have Johnny Chaos, Xavier Michaels, Shane Sanders, Jace, and Alexander Montgomery, and it's bound to be an excellent match, guys. I encourage you to watch it. And I think these 6 guys, I think I got all of their names right. But yeah, they're all coming to the pay-per-view, and now they're going to be in Monday Night Hell this week. It's going to be huge. I think the winner of this will have a huge impetus in getting a career here in HCW. They want to get off to a winning start as always, and I think this is going to be an interesting match. Also, we have a huge tag match, Defiance taking on Natural Selection, and what is a continuation of the past few weeks. Dark Shadow and Echo Rain take on Dynamic Derek Daniels and Kara. And this is going to be an interesting one because Defiance once more took over Natural Selection at the pay-per-view. Now it's going to be interesting to see how Natural Selection bounced back. We haven't seen Dark Shadow on TV for a couple of weeks now. He is, of course, back now. And yeah, we'll see what happens in that one. Should be very interesting. There'll be some interesting implications going into the next pay-per-view, Doomsday, which is, of course, on May 5th. You can catch it in high definition near the time. But yeah, right now, I want to talk about Glacier and Hell's Guardian. These 2 guys, we've heard a lot of hype about both of them, and now it's coming to a head. And it looks like, it does possibly look like Glacier, he had the match won in 5-way, and he eventually lost, of course, to Odin Snake. But it's going to be interesting to see how he responds and how he competes against Hell's Guardian this week on Monday Night Hell. Hell's Guardian, as I said earlier, was victorious against that prick Dave Wilson. So yeah, that's going to be a really interesting match. I'm not going to put my bet on the line this time. I think Glacier maybe edges it just on experience, but yeah, who knows? It's going to be a good one anyway. And Ice against Sean Stevens. Now, this is another interesting match. We saw both Ice and Sean Stevens. They both lost at the pay-per-view, so both have got something to prove. Sean Stevens shown why he's in HCW. He didn't have the best the first couple of weeks, but lately he's been on fire. Regardless of losing his match to the pay-per-view, Sean Stevens is a huge future in this company, and I believe that he will have many title reigns in the future here. All he's got to do is keep his head down and keep working away, and I'm sure those title reigns will come to Sean Stevens. And as for Ice, he's been very impressive. He's not had the best luck the last couple of weeks, but I'm sure this week he'll be looking to rebound, just like Sean Stevens. So catch into that one this coming week in Monday Night Hell. So much stuff's going down. You're going to see world title match, and you're going to see so many matches that are pay-per-view worthy, in my opinion, for free, on free TV. What's to lose? There is absolutely nothing. Tune in. If you've never watched HCW before, right now is probably the perfect time. We're starting to build up to Doomsday. Yeah, I'm begging you. give it a chance. You won't regret it. We really are head and shoulders above everybody else in the EFED world right now, bar none, bar absolutely none. I don't care what you say. You can come to me with any other promotion, and I'll say HCW is better because we are better. And I genuinely believe that. And I'm sticking to my story as well. But yeah, I was going to read out some questions, but I'm quite out of breath, so I'll only read out a couple now. I'm trying to remember them off the back of my head because I don't have my piece of paper. But one of the questions was, does the world champion get to keep the title at home? Now, the actual championship gold is the responsibility of the holder. So yeah, we don't keep the title backstage. Ty Kindex, Fear, Chanel White when she was champion, of course Kara and Dynamic Dark Daniels, they all keep their titles, and it's up to them to look after those titles. It comes price with winning it. You've got to look after it, and you've got to keep the prestige there. You can't leave it backstage. Apart from anything else, that's the best way to get heat off the other guys, because everybody wants to be champion here. It's a very competitive EFED, and everybody wants to be the champion. And if they're not champion, they're valued after those titles, so of course it works both ways. Also, I want to talk about, yeah, that's what my main point was. Next week on the Locker Report, we're going to have a huge edition. We're going to have a huge lottery on this very show. We're going to draw all 24 guys who work here out of a hat in a tag teams. And those names will go against each other for the tag team titles. You can get paired with anybody, your worst opponent, your best friend. Ty Kindex and Victoria could be paired, Kara and Echo Rain could be paired. There's so many weird shit that could happen here. We could have defined team with natural selection. Yeah, all this happens next week on the Al Locker Report. Now, this is exclusive to HCW, and I'm begging you to tune into that because you won't want to miss it. It's going to be absolutely huge. And with that, I'm going to end today's broadcast of the Al Locker Report. But I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed Insanity, and I do hope you enjoy this upcoming week in Monday Night Hell. Adios, kids.